There's always a first when building waterfalls, and this waterfall is crazy. We actually got to climb up a ladder to get up top. That's how we've been getting up here setting boulders. The first rock is in place, and it's a true monster. I mean, almost 6 foot tall.
It's huge. It's absolutely breathtaking on how large and what kind of scale this is. I'm 5'11" in this bucket. That's absolutely insane.
So we're at the start of the project here down in Monsey, New York, and this place is gonna be awesome. The waterfall is almost 20 foot tall, and we got our rock delivery coming in. This is the first truck of 3, and the material's starting to all arrive today. I'm gonna have a lot of certified aquascape contractors coming out and help on this project. You'll see different guys coming in to work out, and I'll introduce them throughout the YouTube video. After we dump rock and we move some things around, I'll show you what the whole project's all about, but just think about it. A 20-foot high pondless waterfall. A little sneak peek, and then I'll explain it later once we get stuff moved, but the waterfall is gonna be going right there. This project is gonna be epic. So since we have to get gravel to the top of the wall, we've been filling sacks with gravel of different sizes that we're gonna need up above. That way, the large excavator that has arrived, that's behind me, send the gravel up to the top, and we don't have to worry about going around and all this other stuff. A little bit of preparation today on day 1 is gonna really save us later on. And while I was away from the job site, that large machine showed up that we're gonna be using to build this awesome waterfall. A Link Belt 350 X4, over 80,000 pounds, and a tremendous reach will get us to the top with no problem. 5-6 foot boulders we'll be able to strap up using a hook on the backside of the bucket and lift them up there with ease. Check out that awesome piece of machinery there from New Millennials Rentals out of Florida, New York. Man, that thing is huge. First cap of the wall being taken away. And what we're gonna do is remove the caps and the first course of the block. That way, we have an area for the water to flow through and down below. So we just got a load of some monster rock, some big 5-footers, 5x4, 6x4, but they look humongous. And that's exactly what we need for the upper waterfall to blend in with the rocks down below here. These ones will work perfectly for some spillway stones, and those are gonna be our framers. I can't wait to see what's inside this truck. Man, it's gonna be awesome. So the guys are laying out the first piece of protective fabric that will go under the liner. We're gonna be working on this upper section first, setting boulders up to the top, and then we'll finish this bottom section after. So we're gonna have an overlap of liner and fabric down here. So when we go to build the bottom section, we have plenty of overlap for the waterfall, and we don't need to seam anything, we could just use gravity. So all the upper fabric is in place, and the liner that we're gonna be putting in here is a 25 by 30 liner on the upper area, and that gives us plenty to play with. If we wanna have water spilling in a different area where the boulders are very large, we'll have plenty of liner. So we got our first boulder strapped up here. It's gonna be the left frame boulder right here. Aaron and Raphael are up there, and they're getting some pea gravel spread on top of the fabric, so we have an easier time getting the strap out of here. Also, a nice bed of gravel softens the cushion when this large rock sits on top of the liner. This boulder here that we got strapped up is close to 6 foot tall, and that's the first boulder of the waterfall. This boulder that you see in front of me is gonna be the middle boulder where the water's gonna pour off of. Beautiful sharp edge right here. We'll probably make it a little wider with some other rocks, but that is gonna be a great waterfall. Roughly a 3-foot drop, maybe add some little drops in the back, but that's gonna look really great on top of the hill. The first rock is in place, and it's a true monster. I mean, almost 6 foot tall, and it's sitting great. Nice and sturdy on the pea gravel. And that's gonna be the left side to our waterfall. We're gonna start building a waterfall right up here in the middle, but that is a great frame boulder. So here we got rock number 2 going up there. Right where Aaron is sitting is where the spillway rock is gonna go. This rock here will be a frame boulder for the right-hand side. It's not quite as tall as the whole waterfall, but it'll be really neat because that will spill, and then it's gonna actually spill on this rock and come down that face. So once that goes in place, we'll be able to set the center rock in and keep moving along up the hill. So day 2 was a great success here. We got the wall taken apart, so we were able to get the waterfall to pour through. We got the plateau leveled out. We got the underliner fabric and the liner up in there. and we set our 3 main boulders for the upper area. We have another rock ready to go for tomorrow morning, We also backfilled with some 3/4 inch gravel up there. So when we get here tomorrow morning, we'll be ready, set to go. It was a great day here. It is day 2 here of actual building on this ginormous waterfall. And we have a special guest, and it is Mr. Jason Borowski from Liberty Pavers, Ponds, and Water Features. Jason, where's your company out of?
We're located in Central Jersey in Old Bridge.
What do you think about this project you're on here?
It's huge, and I'm happy to be a part of it. It's absolutely breathtaking on how large and what kind of scale this is. This machinery, look at me, I'm 5'11" in this bucket. That's absolutely insane.
Well, thanks for all your help, and I can't wait to have you here for the next 3 days. Let's get started. The guys are working on getting gravel up behind that boulder there so we can set our right side frame boulder. The upper waterfall is set. That's the main spillway up above where Aaron's standing in front of. And then we're gonna extend it over this way so water drops along that whole ridge. It'll come down, pool up in a deep pool, and then flow over these ginormous boulders. With the guy standing next to everything, you can really see the scale, and I cannot wait to see this thing flow. It's gonna take a couple weeks to get this done, 10, 15 business days, but you never know when you're building a beautiful custom water feature. So it's day 3 here, and we're about to start backfilling the upper waterfall. After we get that done, we'll be able to put our spillway boxes in. We also need to get our plumbing ran up there this morning, and then we'll be able to set our outside character boulders. And around 11 o'clock this morning, we got some soil being delivered from DiMarino over in Tuxedo, New York. 40 yards of topsoil is coming, and we'll be able to blend out the side of that waterfall. 1 stone at a time, and we're gonna get this massive project done. These large bags, they hold about 1 yard of material, and that is filled with that 3/4 inch decorative stone. We'll be able to easily get it up to the top of the wall and fill behind those boulders. Aaron's up there right now, tucking liner and underliner. The time that we spent the other day prepping for this has sure saved us time putting the gravel up on this upper level. So we're up on top of the waterfall here. Aaron's down there running the big excavator. He's grabbing our last big spillway rock for up here, while Jason and Raphael are over here shoveling large gravel in. You can see we use some small gravel, 3/4 inch behind where we're building. And then right in that area over there, what we're doing is making a nice drain area. So when we foam, we're just gonna foam on the front side where the water is and not underneath the rock that sits there. That way, if any water gets past that foam, it can drain through that large gravel and on the liner and down into the basin below. It's always a first when building waterfalls, and this waterfall is crazy. We actually gotta climb up a ladder to get up top. That's how we've been getting up here setting boulders, and then we've been strapping them down below. We're working on the outcrop boulders on this side. We have a lot of rocks to set to retain the soil, to hold that liner up and contain the water on the other side. Good morning, everyone. Today is day 3 of construction. Yeah, and we got a lot of stuff done up on that waterfall. And you can see behind me here, we have aqua blocks. And we're setting out the space that we need to excavate for the pondless basin. We're gonna have 45 aqua blocks in this thing, 3 pumps, 2 external, 1 internal, and we should have over 30,000 gallons of actual flow. I would say we're gonna have around about 12 to 13,000 gallons an hour for that top section. And then once it gets down to the lower section there, we're gonna have that full amount of 30,000 gallons an hour. This pondless waterfall is gonna be super epic, and it's only been the 3rd day. So let's just go over the basin idea real quick. When we finish this basin off, those empty areas will actually be all aqua blocks. I didn't feel like carrying the rest of them over here, so we just laid it out like this so I could spray a nice perimeter line. The inside line is the exact size, but if you see here, I sprayed another line. I want to dig the basin a little bigger. A lot of times as you're digging, the walls don't go straight down, and without the walls going straight down, there's not enough area on the bottom to lay the aqua blocks level. Raphael over here, he went and got sand this morning, so that's in the back of the truck. And after we dig this, we'll lay a thin layer of sand on the bottom so we can level it out, and these will sit nice and flat. After we level out the sand, we'll be able to put our fabric in here, our liner, and then the blocks will go back in. So the basin area is roughly dug out, ready for the aqua blocks. But before we get ready, we gotta add sand to the bottom of this. We're gonna raise it up about 1 inch or 2, a nice level area, So when the liner goes in here and the blocks, everything sits perfect. The basin is pretty much complete. And before we leave here, we're gonna be able to backfill around it with some soil and sturdy it up. We'll be heading out for a couple of days for the weekend. Aaron's been up there foaming the waterfall and getting everything ready for the spillway boxes. We'll finish the plumbing off on Sunday when we get back here. A special thanks to this guy right here from Liberty Pavers, Ponds, and Water Features. Mr. Jay Zabrowski, thank you very much for all your hard work. Bunch of new guys coming in here next week to help us finish this awesome waterfall. So if you like what you see in this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, press the like button, smash the bell, and leave us a comment. It means a ton to me and my team. So we're starting off day 7 here on the giant waterfall build, and of course we have some rain. No matter what, it follows us all season long. Job site's muddy, but we're still going at it. We're gonna attack this waterfall today, and our plan is in the next 3 days to get this thing up and running, so stay tuned.